And we are back in the building, back with some more boxing. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, and all that good stuff. Now, guys, we are talking about SuperFly, Terence Bud Crawford. As you guys see there, he's channeling his inner Ron O'Neal in that thumbnail picture there. He has a new hairdo. I'm not quite sure what I feel about it yet. Maybe it'll take some time to grow on me. Maybe you guys can tell me how you feel about the new hairdo in the comment section. Now, I think he's back from vacation, if I'm not mistaken. I think he went to Thailand, possibly Bali, maybe even both. You guys know he has enough cash to do that. But now he's back in the gym. As you see there on the picture, he posted that on his verified Instagram, and he captioned it, "Back to business as usual." And you guys know he is a gym rat. I think that makes him, very successful, living that clean fighter lifestyle, good eating, clean living. That, separates you from the pack, and it has paid off for Terence Bud Crawford. You guys know he's seen as the pound for pound best fighter on the planet, and he's just a phenomenal athlete. And I just don't understand why people hate on him so much. I think guys like him should be celebrated. He is that guy in our generation. I think that, we should embrace as a fighter. He is the epitome of a great fighter. And I just wish we would embrace that more. But, the old saying, when you do things great, people are going to hate. That's just the nature of, the world. And sometimes I just think it's a shame, give the guy his flowers while he's still here. Now, I checked out Bernie the Boxer last night. Shout out to Bernie the Boxer. He was kind of talking about what may be next for Terence Bud Crawford. I don't want to put words in his mouth because I know a lot of people are going to say he said Tszyu is next. He didn't really say that. He said that would be, I would say the most, the best option. I think that's what he said, the best option. But let's talk about it. We know Errol Spence Jr. just had cataract surgery, and we know Terence Bud Crawford wasn't happy with Errol making excuses for why he lost the fight. We see Terence Bud Crawford post online on his X that, he was done with the whole situation. Now, I don't know if, they have a legally binding contract where he has to fight Errol, or, what's going to happen with that. So we're just going to have to let that play out. But I think if it doesn't happen, let's just say it doesn't happen, what Bernie talked about, Tszyu being the next best option, I think that is the next best thing for Terence Bud Crawford. And we're going to talk about that a little bit. But he also talked about the Canelo Alvarez equation. Now, that's a fight that I really want to see. And it's far-fetched that it's going to happen, in my opinion. I don't think Canelo Alvarez is entertaining that. But I think Terence Bud Crawford, as good as he is, I think he has the skill set to jump up 3 weight classes to give Canelo Alvarez a run for his money. I wouldn't say that about everybody, but I think, he's that one special fighter that can possibly do that. And I would love to see it. I know some people think it's suicide. I think it's, greatness. I think him trying to go for undisputed in a third weight class, fighting the guy who is the face of boxing versus the pound for pound best fighter on the planet. You don't get any better than that. You don't get any better than that. So, yeah, I would like to see that. Whether or not it's going to happen, it's very far-fetched. So we'll just see what happens with that. But outside of that, I think Tszyu would be the next best option. Now, I know some people are going to disagree with that, and they're going to bring up the Boots equation. At this point, I don't think Boots does anything for Terence Bud Crawford. Terence Bud Crawford has already conquered the 147-pound division. He's been the undisputed champion there. Fighting Boots at this point in his career does nothing for him. And as far as Boots goes, I think Boots isn't on that level yet. I would hate to see Boots' career get derailed fighting Crawford, a guy that he's just not ready for yet. He hasn't had any adversity yet. And putting him in the ring with a guy who's the best fighter on the planet is career suicide. You know how boxing fans are. You know how fickle they are. Once you lose, you know, they're going to look elsewhere. You know, your name is going to be old news, and I just don't want that to happen to Boots. I think Boots should be fighting guys like Ugas, Stanionis, and maybe even Keith One Time Thurman. He needs to be looking at those guys before he thinks about fighting Terence Crawford. It's just not a good move for him, in my opinion. But, you know, you may think differently on that one. But anyway, I think Tszyu is the biggest option, the best option for Terence Crawford. And the reason I say that is, you know, he would become, you know, a champion in a 4th division. He would be a 4th division champion. You guys know Tszyu is the WBO champion now. He was elevated to the WBO champion after Jermell Charlo was stripped of it the night he stepped in the ring with Canelo Alvarez, undisputed versus undisputed matchup. You guys remember how that turned out? Jermell Charlo disappointed me, guys. I thought he was going to go in there and show some things, but he had an abysmal performance. He was in survival mode, and Canelo Alvarez made it look easy. And he's been going through it ever since, in my opinion. I think he was stripped of the IBF, if I'm not mistaken. Some of you guys can let me know about that in the comment section. But Tszyu, I think that is a very competitive fight for Terence Crawford. Tszyu is a hell of a boxer. You know, he's been looking better and sharper because he's been staying active. You guys know he has power. Very patient fighter. You know, it's a dangerous fight for Terence Crawford. But I think it would be lucrative because he does have a huge fan base in Australia. You know, people in the U.S. are starting, you know, to recognize what, you know, Tszyu is all about. And like I said, you know, it's a chance for Crawford to become a champion in a 4th division. Now, whether or not, you know, he'll fight, you know, Jermell Charlo and whoever has the IBF belt, we'll have to see. But right now, outside of the Errol Spence fight, Tszyu is the next best option. I just don't think the Boots thing is a good thing for Terence Crawford or Boots' career. It does nothing for either one of those guys. It's just going to put a loss on Boots' record. And Terence Crawford, you know, what do you get out of that? You get nothing. And Boots isn't really known a lot outside of, you know, the hardcore boxing fans. You know, the casuals don't really know him. So I think he needs to build up his image too at first. And I just think he's not ready for a guy on Terence Crawford's level. But anyway, guys, that's my take on that. Like I said, shout out to Bernie the Boxer. You guys let me know what you think about the new SuperFly hairdo in the comment section. And let me know what you think about the Tszyu fight, too, if that's something you want to see in the comment section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.